Hi, everyone. Good afternoon or good morning if you're tuning in from Japan, where our presenters are from. We are so glad that you're here. Welcome, everyone. Go ahead and settle into your seats. We have a very special program for you today with our presenters who are zooming in all the way from Japan to present you a very special cultural treat called Kamishibai. We'll get started right now. It just turned 2 o'clock. So welcome everyone. My name is Christina and I'm the Family Engagement Coordinator for San Francisco Public Library. We're really glad that you're here with us to celebrate Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Please give a warm San Francisco welcome to Chisei and Shizuha Mukaidani.
Thank you very much for inviting us to the San Francisco Public Library programs.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shizuha.
I'm Chisei. We are very glad to present our mother's Kamishibais here. Shizuha, let's start Kamishibai.
Okay. Kamishibai no hajimari.
Do you know any lazy person around you? The title of this story is A Young Man Who Does Nothing. This is a folk tale in Yamaguchi Prefecture. My mother collected many stories from old people in Yamaguchi Prefecture. Scenario, my mother, Kikue Mukaidani. Picture, Miyuki Yoshi. Long time ago, a young man was living in a village. His name was Taro. Taro was very lazy. I barely did anything except wander around the village all day long. When I feel hungry, I eat something and then sleep. Eat and sleep, eat and sleep. One day, he found a small vase when he was wandering around the village as usual. Hip hip, a flying crow always catches something. When Taro looked into the vase, whoa! What is that? There is a small bald-headed man in the vase. We should be friends. Could you take me to your house? Oh, it's amazing. Taro brought the vase to his house and took him out of the vase. Oh, you are so small. Don't worry about it. I will be bigger soon when I live with you. You will be bigger. Oh, that's funny. Hey, small vase man, I will be wandering around the village. Wait here for a while. Have fun. I am a guy who does nothing. When I am hungry, I eat something and then sleep. Eat and sleep, eat and sleep. I do nothing and wander around the neighborhood. Eat and sleep, eat and sleep. Who are you? Look at me. It's me. I was the man in the vase you picked up this morning. Wow, you are a small vase man who could fit into my hand. How did you become bigger? I become bigger when I live with a person like you who does nothing. Next day, Taro also wandered around the village and came back home. And then, oh my goodness, you became very big again. Oh, he is sleeping and snoring loudly, and he makes bubbles with his nose. Who is the host, you or me? And he mumbled. Taro should learn that every time he is lazy, the baseman grows bigger and bigger. But next day, he wanders around the village again. And then, oh my goodness! I can see the baseman from the outside of my house. Wake up, baseman! No, I feel very comfortable here. Get out from my house. But I can't move because I was so big. Next day, in the early morning, a lady in the neighborhood came to Taro's house. But Taro, could you help me plant rice? We don't have many helpers around this time. I have never planted rice before. Anyone can do it. I beg for your help. Okay, then I will try it. Taro, good job. I cannot believe that you are doing this for the first time. Here is some money for your service. Oh, really? Am I getting paid for that? I'm happy. Thank you. Taro goes back home with his first wage. When Taro went back home, he noticed that the baseman was shrinking. He said to the baseman, "Hip hip hooray, you are shrinking. What happened?" "I shrunk because you worked today." Next day, the lady came again. "Hey, Taro, today we have no workers for hardening the ground." "Well, I can help you." Sons of worker.
よーいとまっけどん。よーいとまっけどん。
I am in the mood to come back here and work every day. Taro went to the lady's house next day and the day after next day. Yay! The basement is shrinking and shrinking. Yay! Ha ha ha! Stop laughing. I hate people who work. Baseman, I started enjoying work. I am looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Baseman, are you a poor god? Yes, I am. I enjoyed staying at your house, but here isn't where I should be. Could you please put me back into the vase and throw it away? Okay, you have better leave now. Taro put the vase man into the vase and threw it away on a small street next to a rice field. It's finally over. The end. As Christina introduced, my mother established the Yamaguchi branch of the Institute for Cultural Studies of the Child. The group made several kamishibais about history and culture of Japan. I will present one of them here. The Story of Japan. Scenario, Hikue Mukaida-ni. Picture, Yasuko Kaji. This is the oldest folk tale about a time in the very beginning of the earth when the skies and the oceans first appeared. One day, a god named Amano Minaka no Nushi appeared for the first time at the place called Takamagahara, the house of the heavenly gods. As soon after that, he met with 5 gods. Once again, 6 more gods showed up. One day, there was a meeting with all the gods. Since we were born as gods, we are just floating around in the sky. It's not much interesting. How about we create a land here? Oh, that's a good idea. Let's ask Izanagi and Izanami to create the land. Great! Let's ask them. Izanagi and Izanami replied, "This is a difficult task, but let's do it." The gods offered them a decorated spear engraved with a precious stone. Izanagi and Izanami walked towards the edge of a floating celestial bridge, the Amano Ukihashi, in the direction of the ocean, where they point the spear downwards, steering the water into circles, round and round.
コロリ、コロリ、コロリ、コロリ。
Suddenly, the ocean made a very strange sound like
サラサラサラ、キャー。サラサラサラ、キャー。
After a while, they pulled the spear back. From the bottom of the spear, salt began to drip and start to pile up with a very deep sound like
ド、ド、ドドドドドドドド。ド、ド、ドドドドドド。
The first mount was Awajishima, followed by Shikoku, Okinoshima, Kyushu, Ikinoshima, Tsushima, Sadogashima, and finally Honshu, forming 8 islands together. The gods looked down to see the new creations. What a wonderful land has been created into the ocean. How beautiful! It'd be nice if it had 4 seasons. Also nice if it were filled with many people who can build a nice country. At first, there were severe winters and active volcanoes. But later, the land became a livable place for humans to thrive. I'd be grateful for all the food harvested throughout the 4 seasons. From the rice planting and harvesting, people can build their homes to survive the harsh winters and hot summers. They can build tools, use fire, produce and preserve foods for comfortable life. We don't know how much time has gone by since people believed in God's 八百万の神, mountains, ocean, fire, and grand gods and living deities. People turn their hands towards the sunsets, praying for blessings. Dear son, thank you very much. As time goes by, a new era, has begun. The end. The story is also a folk tale from Yamaguchi Prefecture. The story was one of my mother's favorite. This was also published as a child book. The title is A Foxtail Brush. Scenario, Kikue Mukaidani. Picture, Kei Matsuda. This is a story of a fox that enjoyed tricking people into thinking it was a human being. Long ago, there was a fisherman called Mosuke who lived in a village called Kushigahama in Yamaguchi Prefecture. Every day, he would go to the sea to catch fish and sell them to the people in the mountains. There was a fox called Kon who would always observe him from a distance. Let me trick Mosuke. Mosuke walked back to the village in a very happy mood. The sons of a worker he seemed very happy. I'd better wait for another chance. Let me wait until he gets back to the village to trick him. People living in the mountain were waiting for the fish that Mosuke was bringing. Here, have some sake. Mosuke drank lots of sake. He exchanged the fish he caught for potatoes, chestnuts, and persimmons. Today, I sold out all my fish again. That's great. Mosuke went back home very drunk. That's my chance. The fox was following him and appeared in front of Mosuke. The fox was disguised and turned into a beautiful girl. Hello, nice man. Hello, cute girl. Did you sell all the fish? Yes, I did. Now, look at this. Let me give you 1 persimmon. So, he gave the young girl 1 persimmon. Thanks, dear. However, I have 1 brother and 1 sister too. All right. Let me give you 2 more persimmons. Thank you. But I also have a father and a mother. And I have a grandmother, a grandfather, and a great-grandmother too. Oh, I see. You are very kind to your family. I will then give you everything I have. Thank you for your kindness. In return, let me fill up your basket with these gold coins. Oh my goodness! I have never seen so many gold coins before. Thank you. Mosuke repeatedly thanked the young girl and started heading back home. The sounds of a happy worker carrying the basket of gold coins.
あ、エッサ、エッサ、ホイッサ。あ、エッサ、エッサ、ホイッサ。
I am tired. Let me take a break. Mosuke dropped the basket on the ground in front of a stone statue made like a child called Ojizo-san on the top of a hill. With so many golden coins, I will be able to build a big house. Yay! Mosuke slowly fell asleep while checking on his treasure. How many hours went by? He didn't know. He woke up to the voice of a god speaking to him. Mosuke, how much long you planning to sleep? Wake up! Mosuke woke up abruptly and placed his hand inside the basket. Oh no! It's empty! He moved his hand around the basket, but all he could find were leaves from the trees. Oh my goodness! I was tricked by a fox. What? How did it happen? Mosuke sat down, very weak and powerless. I'm too tired to go back home. He is crawling back to the shrine. The foxconn went back to his cave with lots of persimmons, potatoes, and chestnuts. Did I overdo the trick this time? Con still remembered Mosuke's sad face. I must do something to fix my bad action. As I think of it, I noticed that Mosuke's brush is very old. I have an idea. That's when Kon decided to pluck off the hair from its tail. The next day, oh, this is a foxtail's brush. I am very fortunate. A foxtail brush is rare and expensive. Mosuke was forever fascinated by the silver fox brush. The end. Finally, I would like to thank Vera and Mr. Inoue for a lot of advice to prepare these English version kamishibais, and greatly thank Jane and Christina for a lot of efforts to holding this program. Thank you.
Bravo! Even though we can't see all of our viewers, we have had somewhere between 50 to 54 people riveted and watching.
See you again in San Francisco next time.
Yes, we hope to see you again next time in San Francisco. That would be wonderful. Well, again, we are so honored that your mother's legacy lives on through you both. Thank you so much for sharing her passion and the stories that she's collected with us. And I want to thank the audience again for joining us today. If you love today's program, please check our calendar of events for more virtual AAPI programs. Next week, we will welcome the author Kristen Mai Yang, who is the author of a children's book called Ginger and Chrysanthemum. Ginger, they're two cousins. Ginger is very spicy and hot and fiery. Chrysanthemum is more cool and likes to take things slowly. And they love each other, but they're very different, and they have to work together to make a cake for grandmother. So you'll get to hear more about that story and from Kristen Mai Yang next week. That's all, folks. We hope that you take good care of yourselves, stay very safe, and we hope to see you soon at another virtual library program. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you again.